This is the murder of the Haight family. As of early January 2023, the Haight family reside in Enoch, Utah. They were a well-known family of 7 in their community and the neighborhood that they reside in. The Haight family were followers of the Mormon faith. In the early days of the new year 2023, inside an idyllic family home still decorated for Christmas, police in Enoch, Utah stumbled into a house of horror. Officers encountered 8 dead bodies inside the Haight family home on the afternoon of January 4, 2023. An entire household annihilated in a brutal femicide. Police say Michael Haight, 42, shot and killed his wife Tasha Haight, 40, her mother Gail Earl, 78, and the couple's 5 children, 3 girls and 2 boys aged 4 to 17 years old, before dying by suicide. The husband and father turned the gun on his family approximately 2 weeks after his wife Tasha filed for divorce, authorities would later learn. The senseless act sent shockwave through the small Utah community, where most of the town's 8,000 residents are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, commonly known as Mormons outside the church. Neighbors and friends remember the family as welcoming and active in the town's religious community. Like many young Mormon couples, Michael Haight and Tasha Earl were in their early 20s when they met as students at Southern Utah University and married in May 2003. Both members of the Mormon faith, Michael was a former Boy Scout who served his mission in Brazil, while Tasha studied child development at the university. The couple settled in Enoch, a small city about 250 miles south of Salt Lake City, where Michael Haight found work as an insurance agent. His most recent employer was Allstate Insurance, although the company stated that he wasn't working for them at the time of the killing. The couple's 5 children, Marcy Haight, 17, Britley Haight, 12, Amon Haight, 7, Serena Haight, 7, and Gavin Haight, 4, were known to be well-behaved kids and often participated with their parents in community activities. So what would make Michael Haight, that had such a lovely family, commit such an unthinkable act? Well, as police dig into his past, they found out that the Haight family wasn't as picture perfect as everyone perceived them to be. As investigators dived into Michael Haight's past, they found out that there were many reports of child abuse, investigation by CPS, and complaints by his oldest daughter about the way that he treats her and behaves. In 2020, Marcy, then 14, the oldest daughter of Michael and Tasha Haight, called the police to report her father choking and punching her. She told the police that she was scared of what he was going to do, and that as time goes on, his abuse just become worse and worse. Michael then responded back to the police and told the police that his teen was very mouthy. Tasha also called police on Michael at this time, but she refused to press charges because she felt like just by her calling the police sent Michael a clear message and his behavior would stop. As it often does, Michael's behavior began to escalate and he became more and more abusive towards his family. So much so to the point that Tasha believed that a divorce was a must. Michael once took away his wife Tasha's phone and tablet just to reassure himself that she would not talk about him badly in public and create an image that he didn't want to portray, although he was a monster behind closed doors. Tasha Haight often confided in a few close friends about her marriage. Her concern was that the marriage wasn't normal, that her husband was emotionally abusive and controlling, how he wouldn't let her buy groceries without his permission, and told her she could only drive their car once she showed him she deserved it. Marcy, the couple's oldest daughter was so happy about the divorce and that her mother was finally going through with it. She entrusted in friends that she thought that it was a great idea and that she would finally have some space away from her father. Enoch officers were twice called on the morning and afternoon of January 4th to do a welfare check on the family by concerned community members, first when Tasha missed an appointment and again when Michael hadn't shown up to work at his insurance office in nearby Cedar City. He had left some personal documents out on his desk which were unusual. Officers went to the house first at 11 a.m., but their report noted no one appeared to be there. They called the children's school, which also reported the kids were not there, but the officers left without further inquiry. They went again at 2 p.m. with the report noting the house was secure and nothing visible through the windows. They left again. Dispatcher tried reaching the family by phone over the next 2 hours with no answers. By 4 p.m., 5 hours after the first welfare call, concerned neighbors forced their way into the house to try to check on Tasha and the kids. When they saw the first body, they called police again. The reports give explicit details of where the bodies were found throughout the house. The murders likely happened around 3:30 a.m. on January 4th when the family was sleeping, according to the police report. A next-door neighbor later told police she thought the popping sound she heard at the time were fireworks. In late January, an unsealed search warrant revealed that days prior to the killings, Michael made several Google search asking what kind of noise a gun would produce inside a home, including how loud is a 9mm gun, how loud is a 40mm pistol, along with other related queries. The investigative report also showed that the post in an online forum, if you heard a single gunshot in your neighborhood at night, would you immediately recognize it as such? Would you either be alerted enough to call the police or would you chalk it up to be just another sound in the night? That was on December 30th, 4 days before he killed his family, and he spent nearly an hour on those searches, reading several articles about murder cases, including one about a man killing his girlfriend. Police searched all the phones and computers they found in the house after the killings. Nothing else on Michael's device revealed anything in the investigation, according to the report. But messages on both Marcy and Braley's phones showed they had been texting friends about their dad acting strange and wanting to avoid his blow-ups. In one, Briley texts her friend, "Help," with 21 exclamation point after it. Her friend asks if she was okay. Briley responds, "No, but I wish I could tell you about it, but I can't. Sorry, I just need to say that." On December 28th, the day after her father was served with the divorce paper, Briley said her dad was being vicious towards her and saying he never did anything wrong. So I reminded him about all the insults and names he called me, and he played dumb. How can he not remember calling his daughter a failure and a disappointment on her 8th birthday? I hate him. Briley also told a friend on January 3rd, the day before the murder, that she wanted her dad to move out, but he refused. Even his attorney, she said, told him that he should, but he had moved down into their basement when Gail Earl, her grandma, came to stay at the house because Tasha was concerned. In the days before she was killed, Marcy also disclosed to a friend that she had a secret phone she was hiding in her room and used to record her dad whenever Michael was acting crazy, according to the police investigation. The friend said Marcy's mom learned about the phone and took it away. That phone, though, was not found in the police search of the home, according to the report. When reporters asked the Enoch's Child Protective Services if there was something that could have been done to prevent the femicide that happened on January 2023, they simply state that it was preventative. But there were so many signs and so many cries for help, especially from the couple's eldest child, Marcy. She complained about her little brother being abused. She complained about her mother being abused, her father choking and slapping her. It seems as if it was just swept underneath the rug by the police officers. In the 4 years of complaints that was documented about Michael and his abuse, never once did the authorities separate him from his children or felt the need to. which is alarming. That was a clear sign of neglect right there and then. For the remaining family members of Tasha Haight and her children, my thoughts and prayers are with you. This is an enormous amount of pain to deal with all at once. May Tasha and her children, along with her mother, forever rest in peace. Until next time on the Meaningful Talk Crime Doc, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys later in the comments section.